What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Now, in this video, we are going to be playing, obviously, Minecraft. But in this video, I'm going to teach you how to take a house that looks really bad and turn it good instead of rebuilding a new one. So I'll show you how to do that. So this right here is a cool looking house. I like the roof of this house. I try to make it really curved. I wanted to try something new with the roof, and I think it turned out really well. So this is the size of the house. It's not huge, but you never need a huge house, and it doesn't have to be 2 stories. And by the time you're done with this video, it should be easy to create. You should have a general concept, and then you can start going on different topics like modern, or like this modern house, or basically this is a world with all of my test builds and builds that I work on, and then export them and have an idea. And then when I did Mario Odyssey, I built this Odyssey, and then I realized I should take this into the Mario texture pack, see how I can use this Odyssey and put it in the series. So that's what I did. So this first thing, the first tip I'm going to give you, add doors that are not wooden doors. Like what I'm saying, like, don't use these doors right here. Don't use them. Don't use them. Stop using wooden doors. Or if you're going to at least use them, don't use these doors. Don't use them. You can use any other door besides those. So I'm gonna do dark oak door. I think I do dark oak door every single build I do, but it's because there's such a good looking door. Like, this is just, and if you want to like make your own glass door if you're building like a modern house, which, let's not get carried away, you could. So the next tip is to take tip number 2, change your glass into panes, and might even put up like a dye on them, so you can get like some glass panes that you could just get normal glass panes, or you can get glass panes with like a dye on them. So you can get some stained glass panes, and they just look so much better, gives extra depth to the build, as you can see. And this house took me like 5 minutes to build, so this wasn't like a crazy big house. You can build this house in like 5 minutes if you really wanted to, but the extra decorations is going to take you some time. So tip number 2, make sure to always add glass panes and try new like glass designs. Tip number 3, decorate your windows. You're going to want to decorate your windows because window decorating is super cool. There's so many ways to do it. You can get wooden trap doors, and you can add like these little decor, and you can do an endless amount. You can also add like window seals, which you can make look really nice. You can also add some trapdoors in like a certain order, and you can make a really, really cool. You can place like a grass block, and you can place like flowers in there. Just get a few flowers for an example. Get some flowers in there. You can also take staircases and indent your windows to give it a cool design. You can also, if you want to go, you can even put buttons in the corners of it. You can also mix different glass panes. So if you wanted to say like gray stained glass pane with it, you can do that. Not recommended, but looks pretty cool. And you can use stairs as a window seal, which you can place some flower pots on. And last thing, you can also take oak leaves and put them there, and then place some stairs to give it a cool feature. And then it's at that point, it's just whatever you like. There's so many designs that I can't even go close to any of them in this video. But if you think if you have some cool designs, leave it in the comments and maybe send me a video of your houses that you build. But basically, it's all about imagination. You want to have a house that looks good and feels good, and you want to be comfortable in your building style. You always want to experiment with new ways to decorate your windows. Tip number 3, add a chimney. Why not add a chimney? Chimneys are great. You can do so many types of designs, and you can kind of make an abstract chimney simply like this. You don't even have to have it really symmetrical. You can have like rocks, make it a little bit rusty, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then you can start adding the chimney. There's so many designs, I can't even go through all of them right today, but basically adding a chimney really looks good, especially if you know how to do it the right way. You could do a basic design and just take some bricks. You can also, yes, you have to break some of your flooring, but you can do so many cool designs and they can look like whatever you want. So let's try to show you. It's like this, which you can just place some flower pots and put some cobwebs. Okay. To give it that realistic look. And there you have it. You got a chimney for your house, and you got like that's cobwebs are like the smoke that comes out. Tip number 4, add dormer windows. Now, if you guys don't know what a dormer window is, it's basically a window that sticks outside of your house. I'll kind of show you how to make one. So the first thing you're going to need to do is whatever type of window you would like. I'm actually going to try to make a dormer window as simple as possible for you guys. So it basically, you can place, I think a glass pane right here would be fine. What the heck? Why is it not working? Do you have to do that and then do that? No, I guess it just doesn't work as well as I want it to. But dormer windows is basically just like a cool little window that you can do, and you might even need to have like white stained glass to make these. I'm not the best at making them, but if you can spend time on them, they can look really cool. This looks really ugly. This isn't a good looking dormer window. There's way better designs that you can go for besides the one I just went for. So make sure to experiment with your own designs. You want to have that signature building style and design that for your houses. Kind of like how it was hard to get mine, but that's the best I can do for a dormer window. You can make it huge, you can make it small, but for a house like this, you want to make it simple and not too complicating. Some flowers. Let's place them kind of like that way. There we go. Actually, let's make it a little bit symmetrical. And there we go. But adding dormer windows is tip 4. Tip 5. Make your house not square. As you can see, this house isn't square. Does it look square? No. What you would probably, I see people doing, is doing this. So they think that it's, oh, okay, we can just build a square house. This should be easy. I'll show you how easy it is to make a square house. I'm basically showing you how easy it is to make a square house, but it doesn't come out good. Great. You can make it so easily. Like I'm saying, look at this. You already got the framework done so fast, and houses need to be rectangle and square shape. But if you have a choice, make the right choice. You need to have a house. This is right here, what I'm building is a big no-no. Don't build symmetrically. Don't build symmetrically. Don't build a square house. Build a house that fits your style. There. That's my advice. So, basically, once you got this house is looking pretty good, but there's some other things you can do besides what I'm doing. So, the tip number 6, what you're gonna do with tip number 6. No. We already did 5 tips for the house. Now we're going to the exterior section. So, this is a garden category. Number 1 of garden category. You want to take bone meal. Bone meal is so great. You can have this kind of messy looking house. Now, if you want it clean, you can do that. But you can just spam bone meal all over your house, and it just looks so much better because there's actual grass, and it makes it look so much better. Look at that. And also, you want to also add pillars. I should have went over that, but I forgot that I was supposed to. So, sorry about that. The people who are going to say, Dax, why does your house not have pillars? Also, you want to add, maybe you can place some trees around your house and get some bone meal. Let me see if I got bone meal over here. And you can just place like some trees like here, or you can place a tree. Let me see. Let me get a sapling again. You can place a tree like here, and you can place a tree like here. It just makes it live up in the place. Now, tip number 2, of the garden category. Make sure to add a path. What you can do is you can take a shovel and you can add a cool looking path. You'll see what I mean in a sec. So, let me just clear out some of this. All you need to do is just get like a shovel. I'm gonna get a diamond shovel just because I'm cool like that. And just make like a cool little sporadic path. It doesn't have to be very symmetrical. It can just be sporadic, and you can just give it a really cool look like by doing this. You can have a cool looking path. And look at this. Just kind of spam the shovel. You don't even need to have like a general concept. But look at that. You just made a cool looking path. And it just looks super cool. Tip number 3, go out of your comfort zone and use blocks, different blocks. You can go in and you can use melons, you can use pumpkins, you can use hay bales, and just all you have to do is just place like bunches of hay bales around your house, and they can look really cool sometimes. It just gives it that depth and feel that you wouldn't get usually. And sometimes that's not what happens. But look at that. You just kind of have bunches of melons and pumpkins. It looks really good. Now, the tip number 5. Tip number 3 for the garden. Tip number 4. So, tip number 4, what you're going to want to do with tip number 4 is you're going to want to add a pond. Add a pool, a pond, whatever you would like. You can add a pond any size or shape you want. I'm gonna actually get some spruce slabs for a reason. I'm gonna also, you can make your house look overgrown if you want. This is an extra detail that I forgot to really show. But if you want to have an overgrown looking house and kind of sporadically like that, I guess you can really. But you can add a pond. So just take a water bucket and just find a position, find a place that you would want to have it. I don't actually like the look of these melons. They look a little bit weird. But I'm just giving you an idea. Well, I'm saying like the position where I want to put this pond is where the melons are. So you can build a little circle and you can add like a little pond, and you can just have it, you can have it clean or you can have it sporadic and not and non-symmetrical. It depends on what design, and then you can decorate it with like, and you can decorate it with having like oak leaves around the sides. You can add some leaves around the sides. That really helps it with its design. Really cool. You can also add some lily pads if you want to add some lily pads. Let me see if I can find them. Right here, some lily pads. And then if you're on the Bedrock edition, you can put fish and you can decorate it with tons of fish. But look at that, you got a nice pond. Now, tip number 5 for the garden. This is the last tip. The last tip I'm gonna give you is to have the right garden for the right house. If you're gonna build a modern house and then just spam everything around and not really symmetrical, you have to fit the theme of your house. So an overgrown little cottage like I just built right here, you would want to end up building a garden that fits the style of the house, because if it doesn't fit the style, then that's just weird. So I'm saying, like, what if this was a modern house and I just had all of this random crap, but I want an actual symmetrical, nice, clean look. When you see a modern house, then you see a pool that's clean, not a pond with leaves around it. No. But like I'm saying, tip number 5, just to keep the style of everything. The style of everything has to fit with your house. The garden, the house, everything has to fit a theme. So I'm saying, make sure your garden fits the theme of your house. Now, the last bonus tip you can do. The bonus tip is to, the bonus tip basically is to add rocks around your, keep decorating. Never stop decorating. You can put rocks over the pond if you really wanted to. You can basically, this is just bonus tips, but you can have like different types of like rocks that can go in, and they can look really, really cool. You can put rocks around your pond. You can add more bone meal. Never stop decorating, and don't over decorate. You can also add, let's say for instance, I want to add a farm. So to add a farm, let's say we're gonna like build a little farm, and you can also, like, what I recommend is don't make your fences super, like, you can just kind of have it sporadic and same time, so you can have like randomized growing points. It looks really cool. There we go. So you got randomized growing points. So there you go. You got your garden. You got your house. Go at the end and count all the tips that I did. But that was... oh, that was tip number 2. So this is 12 tips of how to improve your Minecraft building. And hopefully this video inspired you to create buildings that you're proud of. So thank you so much for watching. And this is Dax signing off with you. And that's another episode of Minecraft Build School. Built